it off. I love what Daniel and Crystal bring to the mix of this series. I want to know, and we'll start with you, Angela. What did you love about Crystal's character and her relationship?
I love that Crystal is so direct. She's unapologetically direct with Jax. And I think ultimately I loved exploring what support looks like when you don't always yes a person, which I think is the thing that we get to fall in love with Crystal and Jax's relationship, is we get to explore what support looks like when you're in challenging situations.
With you, Tim, you bring in some of the comic relief, extremely sharp and knowledgeable as far as Daniel and his investigator role. But one thing that I do love is that there are the cultural references that are shared, and you kind of include or, exclude based on the topic matter, but it's not mean. And I think it's a real thing that happens in workplaces. Can you talk about Tim's relationship with both Crystal and Jax on the series this season?
Well, Angela uses the word unapologetic, and I think there's something as me as the actor approaching this kind of character that I can unapologetically bring my full self into it without worrying what it means as an Asian American man or what it means for representation. Because I think when I get to really dig deeper and be more authentic to myself unapologetically, knowing that I'm supported by the writers, the cast, the crew, then I get to just breathe a more fresher life, a more authentic life into this kind of character. So getting to explore those relationships with Jax and Crystal got to feel less contrived and just more honest and real and exciting.
So as we go through the series, we see them heavily involved as far as the case of the season. So I want to know for you, are there any circumstances where you feel like you could ride the beat or cross that line between what is conscious as far as what you do as a right person, or the other side, defending your client and bending those sort of rules of the law?
Mm-hmm. I think that that's what's so interesting about this show, is that it forces you to think, what would you do in these situations? Because me, Angela, I was like, oh, I don't really know if I could do that. But in Crystal's, when I'm playing, when I'm in that character, I can understand why Jax might do something that I might find to be challenging. But what I love about this whole story is that it makes you think about, what do you do when situations get sticky and tricky? Who do you believe? But Jax is a smart, intuitive woman. And I think our characters, I'm sorry to speak for you, I trust her. Crystal trusts her. I trust her instinct. And I'm like, I don't know where we going, but we going, let's go. Let's get in the car. And so I'm like, buckle up, here we go.
Yeah, there's something really exciting about playing ride or die. And I think that's what Angela and I get to do with Crystal and Daniel. We just get to be ride or die. And, we cross some shaky paths following Jax, but, she needs us around for a reason. And, hopefully throughout the season, we can show you why.
So the series is set in Los Angeles. Of course, Kerry Washington's involved. So we are going to think of small bits of scandal. But what do you think the city of Los Angeles adds to the story with Jax?
Ooh, there's something very, Los Angeles is the additional character in the series. We shoot all over, which I love that the producers and Onyx they were like, no, we want to shoot in LA, we want to shoot in Black neighborhoods, we want it to be authentic, which is so beautiful. I just think it's a celebration of this city. It's a love letter to this city and to Black spaces in this city. And being someone who's not from LA, I got to learn so much from being able to shoot the series for such a long period of time that I'm like, oh, I'm checking out new neighborhoods now, thanks to this show. And I hope that people get to see LA in a different light as well by watching this show.
Mm-hmm.